someone's getting our money for the contract, and I think Ale is getting the battery.
Okay. For reference, that is not a plan. That is a to-do list.
Okay.
We need a plan. We as a battery team, we cannot leave that to Ale. Ale apparently you said was going with Wormtongue. So Ale is doing his silver tongue stuff, but this was his idea. We need to figure out how to get a battery. All I can do is offer emotional support. And roll calls, I'm good at that.
Where did we get the last battery? I think
From the maintenance tunnels?
Energy?
Was I just think it was in one of the maintenance tunnels in the...
Oh, yes. You are correct.
I wonder if it's possible that they are more strictly guarded in Energy District, because, you know...
Was they also maybe more strictly guarded now that the battery has been stolen once?
Well,
Depends if they have noticed it or not.
maybe. I think because it's such a big place, it doesn't seem like it was, you know, a one of one battery. It was more like a one of 300,000 battery.
And I think when Davio did it, he tried to make it so that it would not be easily noticed that it was missing. So maybe it should be fine. But anyway, in case, I mean, I might switch to Davio, but you can probably actually take the battery apart and do whatever it is Davio did last time. So you better do something.
I can go look at the battery we currently have and see if I can figure out how it works, and then see if I can help with a new one.
I've seen the
He is
battery.
purely bullshitting right now.
Can you describe them for us? You said they were big.
Yeah, they're like... Yeah, about that big, like, solid, just like, capacitance holders, essentially. They've got, like, some primary attachment points and then some backup attachment points if those short or fuse. They're not very pretty, but they're stackable.
Did we set the battery to charge the ship?
Yes.
Before?
Yeah.
And we said it would take 8 hours or so to discharge.
And it would be enough for a short flight. Like, the one battery is technically probably enough.
But needs to get into the sunlight after that.
We need to get into the sunlight.
And
we
it has to stop somewhere solid to do so.
Yeah. So in 16 hours is like a lot easier to get into places that aren't VR.
Okay, well, putting our brains together, where is the best place, the safest place for us to get a battery that's away from prying eyes?
Probably a maintenance tunnel somewhere.
Yes. I think there are maintenance tunnels kind of everywhere. So, like... And as you said, the energy district ones would probably be more guarded. So, what's a place what's the least crime area, you know? That they would have the least amount of Tazbots?
Would I have noticed anything based on general passive perception of like how many like if the Tazbot number fluctuates based on district, or if it's just steady the whole way through?
Administration district definitely has a higher density.
Yeah.
Because they're not so much like manual labourers that has, are they? They're more about
informational distribution.
What's the district closest to like the area of the sea we're at now?
Energy, right?
Energy.
We're in the energy
you are
district.
in energy district.
Okay.
This is primarily...
What's furthest away from administration?
Farming.
Where is
the farming
the...
count?
Yeah.
Farming is in the
Farming is like
right?
next, I think adjacent to administration. Let me just get the map up 1 second. Important.
Does that say important?
No, that's Ramblers.
And how are we going to transport it? I mean, I suppose I think I can just carry it, but it would be pretty obvious.
The furthest district away from administration would either be research and archive, or like bougie residential and harbor and trade.
All of those seem like they would have a high number of Tazbots though, because it's just new people, right?
I remember we needed Ale because we also need. So I think we were going to have you and Ale, so we could get your hole. Ale shrinks the battery. That's how we were going to get it back. Ale's gone now. We need another thing.
Yes.
Okay. Maybe You're like an artist. Do you do like sculpting? Can you sculpt or like carve? Can you make if we got you some wood or something? Could you make like wheels? Yes.
Another 30 feet.
I can paint wheels.
Oh, with your magic paint?
The magic.
Oh, okay. So what if when we get the battery, this gives you something to do? You can be useful.
Sure,
You can
I'll
paint
a
some
set.
wheels. We paint some wheels onto the battery. We cover it with a tarp or something. Perhaps you sit on it and pretend your legs don't work, and we like roll you back.
Sure.
This is so smart.
I will paint for service.
This is the smartest plan I have ever come up with. Okay. Well, in that case, I think we should just go to like the farming district or something where like they do not care about batteries too much. They might not even know what's going on. You know, they would walk past us and go like, "Oh, there must be maintenance people."
But would it have many batteries in its maintenance because of that?
Also, how far away is it?
Well, the thing is, because we are in the energy district, this is like possibly the most dangerous place to do it. And I would feel like it gets less dangerous the further out you go.
Maybe, but
We could
there's
have
also
a look at how dangerous, how guarded it is.
I think so. Also, like energy district is interesting. So, like, if it's just one, if there's one battery for say like a whole bunch of buildings in like the residential district, then if you take it away, then it's noticeable. But if there's like 500 in one space because it's the energy district, then it might be.
Well, then maybe we just look here.
Maybe
then,
look here and then see how it guarded.
Okay, let's try that. Alright, we're going to find a maintenance tunnel in this energy district.
I'm going to cast pass without a trace on everybody.
Yippee!
In which case, I'll get, assumedly, first I'll get you to roll a stealth check. All of you.
Okay.
And then one of you will be nominated to roll investigation for a hatch.
I am wearing unstealthy armor.
That's fine. You have a +10.
Yeah, I get the +10. That's good. Okay. 20 for me.
I'm trying to figure out if I have advantage or not. Let's assume no.
22.
32.
And who's investigating for a hatch?
I can.
Yeah.
I don't have good eyes.
No, that's true.
Well, I am in a body that doesn't have good eyes.
Gotta hit that carrot juice.
If I have
I
advantage,
hate gadgets.
if I have keen senses for hearing insight, could I also get advantage on investigation?
In this instance.
This is the Avian Major Law page.
Carrots. Now, it didn't
yes.
specify what carrots, so
21.
I'm gonna put the
You
both
find
types that I know.
you find a hatch relatively quickly, given that maintenance is much more frequent here. There seems to be much more well-kept network, but the hatch is it's considerably like heavy. It's like almost like a manhole, almost like a circular manhole cover, and it is locked. And there's like a very heavy padlock attached to the manhole cover.
Oh! I got a note from Davio. I can help. Okay, because first of all, it is heavy. That's no big deal. I have muscles. Okay. Number 2, look at this. And she like takes out the book and she like excitedly flips to like a bit that has a little mark in it, a little like sticky note in it. She flicks to it and goes, okay. Puts the like book like flat out, slowly tears one of the pieces of paper off, and then she goes, okay. Rubs a piece of paper together, and she's like the entire time following like a how-to guide on one of the pieces of paper. Rubbing it together, and the paper just gets thinner and thinner into like a long white line.
It's a WikiHow article.
It is a WikiHow article, and then it just like sort of sets alight for a second, and as the flames dissipate, it starts to like form into just like what looks like a skull, and she goes, "Oh, kun," and you just hear that like word sort of echo out, as she casts Davio's skeleton key, which is knock. And I take this key that has the that has the skull on the end of it, and I just slink it into the padlock.
Just hear Jacques. That was loud.
Yes, but it is open. It is good.
Can I make a perception check to see? And how many people heard that?
Yeah.
That's a nat 20 for a
Holy
27.
And then can you just roll me just a flat d20?
1.
It seems that loud mechanical hustle and bustle is all the rage here. No one seems to have noticed.
No.
Okay.
Some people's heads do turn, like some people that are in the general vicinity, but they sort of brush it off as just another fucking machine making loud machine noise.
And we're just maintenance people. Yeah. And then I use my big muscles to pull it open.
Athletic check, please.
Okay. Pretty good. Athletics. 24.
Okay. It's difficult, but you do manage to slide it off and roll it off.
Keep out of this then.
You can see beneath, in this sort of circular opening, the sort of light, gentle flicker of some sort of like electronically, sort of like magically enhanced light flickering from within, and you can see there's like one of those extendable ladders at the top of the shaft that you can sort of descend with.
Okay. Well. Nitali, you go first.
Okay.
Do you want me to scout ahead a little bit?
Oh, you can do that as well. I just don't want to go first, to be honest.
Just hop down and like kind of scout around and see if there's anyone in the vicinity. Can I keep my perception from before? Or do you roll another
What
one?
did you roll?
Yeah, 20 for 27.
Yeah, well, you can keep it for a few minutes more.
Yeah.
About 60 feet ahead of you, you can hear sort of two voices in conversation. At this distance, you can't make out exactly what's being said, but you can sort of hear there's a masculine and a feminine voice sort of in conversation at this distance. Their voices do reverberate down this tunnel, and yeah, that's what you hear at this point.
Can you hear what they're saying?
No, you can't make out the exact words being said, but you can distinguish the sort of a heavier masculine voice and a sort of equally heavy but sort of higher pitch feminine voice.
Language?
They're speaking common.
Okay. Is it like a maintenance tunnel, and is it like both ways?
Yeah,
just
both
one?
ways, and you dropped in from above.
Okay. And then anything in the other direction? Yeah. While these two climb up. Let's go this way. I hear people that way.
Oh, okay. And just like make loud clinking noises every time I move through this tunnel.
Alrighty. You can see that unlike when you were back in the sort of manufacturing district, these tunnels are much cleaner, much more well kept. There's actual lighting, and as you sort of progress down this tunnel, you eventually come to sort of what is what looks like a sort of almost like a shock absorber section for different not quadrants, but sort of different segments of the ship, so that they're not all just connected together in one massive construction. If there's a failure point, only one segment will suffer that failure, and the others will remain safe. You cross this sort of like thin bridge that goes over like maybe like a 30-foot gap, where it's sort of you can sort of really now begin to appreciate the vastness of the internals as well as the externals. There's sort of like just essentially just a chasm with this well-constructed bridge that is designed so that if any sort of major blunt forces is sustained to the ship, the bridge will just snap and the damages will be isolated to one region wherever that impact happens. Eventually, you do arrive at this rather brighter section, and it seems that, yeah, as I said, like the batteries are modular and stackable, and they've got contacts on the top and bottom, and there's just stacks and stacks of them.
Wow.
They are secured behind this metal grating, so that you can't just like sort of reach out and touch them. The grating is made so that no one's hands can just reach through.
Is there a way to open it or anything?
Yeah, there is a door, and it's got like a bunch of just different like warning signs in a host of different languages. Yeah.
That's when.
I think for this one, it's not.
Do you know if it's alarmed?
Can I detect? I think I detect magic. Just spend a little bit of time using detect magic to.
Do you think the magical battery will be magical?
Yes, but you can tell if the fence, the normal fence, is magical. I think the battery is probably magical. Yes.
The door isn't alarmed, but it is magically locked.
Yeah.
Guys, I can open doors.
When there's someone outside.
I don't.
Silence in the city.
I don't have anything like that, but I can open doors. Okay, get ready.
How well does Arbian understand the spell? Because it does not open magical locks.
Yeah.
It doesn't it suppress magical locks for 10 minutes or something?
Yeah.
Does it?
If you choose to target the tail truck with an arcane lock, that spell is suppressed for 10 minutes.
It doesn't open it, it suppresses the spell though.
During which time the target can be opened and shut normally.
Oh, never mind.
Sorry, I haven't looked at Knock in a while.
Yeah.
All I know is that it doesn't physically open the door. You still have to open it.
So just a question. So, what's our plan to get the battery out?
Okay, it's very simple.
I will make it look like something else, basically. But
Okay.
we still have to sneak out.
He is going to give it wheels and maybe like little handles and stuff. We make it look like a wheelchair, and then he sits on it. And then we roll him out. Obviously, we have to pull it up through the maintenance tunnel, but I am big strong. I can maybe do that.
Yeah.
Can help as well, maybe.
What was that?
I can help as well, maybe.
Oh, good.
We can
That's
see.
very good.
Um,
Anyway, I'm going to open this door and take out the folded up paper again, do the same sequence of things, create the skeleton key. Okun! Bon appetit. You have 10 minutes, quick. Do not get trapped in there.
Open the thing, I guess.
You only have 10 minutes to unplug the battery, so you are in a kind of a time crunch.
Well,
I don't believe I was there when W did it first time.
Yeah, no, you weren't.
But knowing what the battery looks like once everything is unplugged.
So in this instance, when Davio did it, it was like
One
a singular battery for like a residential block. Here they're basically stacked on top of each other like Lego bricks, and connected together. So it is a slightly different situation, and the steps may not entirely be reusable that Davio took anyway. So if you can make me an Arcana check, please.
Cool.
I ate him at
How would you be aiding? Are you making confetti to aid?
It worked well last
I
time.
would love to do that, but
Bloody child makes
I don't know. I got Ferris to show me where the battery is connected in our ship and stuff, so I might know a little bit about it.
You can make your own Arcana check, I'll say.
Okay.
And then we'll just use the higher one.
I mean, that would probably still be...
Distributed advantage.
It's a 20.
27.
27?
I have a plus 12.
So you basically did nothing. Congrats.
No, I got help.
13.
If Jacques had
guys.
rolled low, then Nathalie would have been the considered roll. So,
Oh yeah, you have a low wisdom, not
Yeah, I've got
intelligence.
decent intelligence and also proficiency in Arcana.
Yeah, I have proficiency plus the new druid wisdom
You
to
are
it.
the wizard.
It's cooked.
Alrighty. So there will be in a system such as this, disconnecting the battery. It's like actually disconnecting the battery is easy, but there will be one of two sort of setbacks. Either someone will get notified that has happened, or you potentially risk sort of like causing a surge and potentially taking some damage. Whoever is disconnecting it.
Well, it's not going to be you, because it could kill you.
Yeah. Yes.
True.
Honestly, you shouldn't be out of the house.
The gust of wind might knock you over.
You need to put glad wrap around you. Not glad wrap, bubble wrap.
Glad wrap.
Just shrink wrap a person.
I might also put glad wrap around you. Just to preserve you.
Torture method. Terrible.
That's how I capture web. Cast web, sorry.
Oh. Top 10 greatest fears of my life is getting put into a plastic bag and vacuum sealed.
Well, it wasn't in my top 10 before.
Yeah.
Might be now.
Yeah. There's that one movie with that. It's awful.
We're changing from doing game recommendations to worst ways to die at the end of sessions from now on.
Recommended only by the 4-year-old. I will take the surge.
Yeah. Can I get you to roll me a con save, please?
Con save?
Don't die. Don't
It's a natural 17 for some number that is above a 20. 21.
Success. That is 14 points of lightning damage.
I will, just in case, half it to 7 with Wizard of Elements. You see my eyes kind of spark a little bit.
Roger, Donder.
Tingly child.
As you sort of unplug it sort of hastily,
His hair's just...
the current sort of like grounds through you.
Oh, are you okay?
Not going to your heart, but you can see Jacques'
Yeah.
hair is just...
This happens more often than I would like, I think. But it's fun.
I like the hair.
Thanks. I grew it myself.
Why do I smell toast? Am I having a stroke?
And then I will... Yeah, I guess, like... get it in position for you to
Yeah,
make
sure.
things.
So as I was walking, I've been painting basically a full-on wheelchair on paper, and I copied that on to scale onto the battery, and it's basically going to be painted around it, and it would just expand in 3D around the battery.
Have you ever played with those 3D pens, 3D printing pens? They have just a filament running through them, and that's essentially what you're doing.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sounds cool.
I'm going to cast Longstride on myself.
Longstride. Oh, actually. Can you roll me a sleight of hand check?
I'm already proficient in that, but do I also get proficiency from
Painters?
Yeah, painters.
Yes, you can add your proficiency
Yeah,
to your sleight of hand.
That's not good, but plus 9 is an 11.
Cheap as
Oh god.
9/11.
Oh dear.
Real?
Yeah.
It's a wheelchair.
Mm-hmm.
It is definitely a wheelchair. Like if someone looked at it, they'd go like if you took a photo of this and put it through like an AI model, it would guess wheelchair.
You put a chair with wheels.
Yeah.
Some of the surge is still
Constantly
left in the
rocking
It's like-
as it moves.
It's like
Yeah.
a wooden dining chair with wheels on.
Only 2 of the wheels are ever in contact with the ground at any given time, so it's always like tipping back
Oh
and
my god,
forth.
it's like a trolley.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like a rocking chair with wheels on it.
You start carting it along.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well now we need to get it out of that hole up there.
At this point, you
Can I hear?
you can't hear them anymore, and you can see footsteps have come up this way and climbed up the ladder and sealed the
Okay.
door.
Cool. Locked, I assume. Cool.
Okay,
Are there air vents in here?
Yes,
how far up is the ladder?
30 feet.
I cannot unlock anymore, by the way.
Yeah.
Were there people outside there? I didn't have.
I can check through the I can check through the events. Can I see out just 22? I assume a cat would be able to get to the outside of the events. Or I don't know if it could get.
Yeah, they're little in the almost like on the side of the road, like how we have those your water drains. There's just little on curbs, little gaps for air to sort of continue flowing in and out. And as you come up to one, you can see those the two people that are wearing proper maintenance garb. They've just exited and left. Okay. After having signed some sort of log report.
Okay.
We closed everything behind us, I assume, as well. Just made everything essentially just look the same. So we have two options. We can wait here, hope no one comes in, and I can call for help from someone else, presumably someone with lockpicking prowess. Or I can try to go to the other side and then lockpick from there, but I'm not very good with that.
I can teleport us out.
All of us?
Well, one at a time. I was just wondering if anyone would see us up there.
So would you have to do 3 teleports? 1 out, 1 in, 1 out?
No, I can teleport you guys without myself, and then I will teleport myself last.
Oh, you can do that? What are you using?
Vortex wall.
Oh, wow. I thought you were going to dimension door. Oh, okay.
No, I'm not Tilly.
It's a new teleportation.
You have to be able to see the...
Yeah, that's why I'm doing you guys first, and then myself last.
No, it's in the end point, not the target.
No, yeah, that's true. But you can see. Okay.
Wait, and what's with that little drain you looked out of? How did you see that?
I'm a cat.
Okay.
I can talk sometimes.
Is that?
But I like going meow because it's fun.
Is the cat vent? If we grab Tilly's legs and put Tilly in, could Tilly? I mean, you said Tilly before. Now I'm fucked. Nathalie. If we grab Nathalie's legs and put Nathalie in the air vent, is that possible? So that they can see.
You could see out. Have Tilly stand on your shoulders or something. Yeah.
Yeah, and then can see out that little.
Yeah. So now Tilly's been set at me. Nathalie, you could have Nathalie stand on your shoulders.
Okay.
This is why I didn't want to bring up teleporting.
Get on my shoulders.
What's the range of vortex roll?
Because
there's a possibility you can literally get us to a roof that just avoids the street.
Don't want a wheelchair on a roof.
But it so base is 90, but as it levels up, the range increases.
Well, I assume they're like the roofs from before, where it's like a...
Oh, yeah. A roof is just the next level of a building.
Yeah, or just flat on top.
We
with
get to a balcony as well, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Balconies are a little bit different because that's someone's house.
You just need to send Jacques out, because regardless, Jacques has to open it, because we have to get the wheelchair out.
Yes.
So no matter what, just use it once just to get Jacques out.
Yeah, you can't teleport objects.
Well,
I don't think...
holding
Isn't Jacques already out?
I can be probably, because it's an air vent, and I'm...
How? Because holding is a curious concept. Like, it's a big fucking object.
Yes.
If you're carrying it and the spell has somatic components, you won't be able to cast the spell.
Yes.
But if someone else is holding it, and you cast it on them...
That's my rule.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm probably strong enough to hold it up for a bit, then I will be holding it. Maybe this will work. Okay, well, you... No, wait, hang on. But there is a problem. You have to, if you need to see out there, you need to stand on my shoulders. But once you teleport me out, there are no more shoulders to stand on. I guess you could send Jacques out.
Well, if I send you out, then...
Yes, by the way, downstairs is a fox and a chicken and some grain.
But it will be locked.
Yeah.
No, I think you can just send Jacques out at one, and then you can send me and you out in another. Right?
You know Jacques is out on the street.
Yes, Jacques been padding around on the surface.
Is he out?
I don't know.
Oh.
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Oh, well then, can you just send both of us out? That's great. You can get both of us in one spell, right?
No.
What?
It's only one person. This isn't dimensional.
A fluid being.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, I can try to get myself out and then open the...
You just have to hold on. No, you just have to... I'm going to lift you up.
Okay,
you grab on.
Okay,
and then
you
have
hang
to...
on to...
No, but you need somatic components. You need your hands.
Why don't you stand on Jacques' shoulders?
Okay.
And then Jacques gets out on their own.
Jacques, can you
Jacques not
lock
big
pick?
enough, then Jacques
Wait,
turns
so
it-
what if we put Solomon in the
I
portable
can
hallway?
lockpick. That's
That was a fun session. Solomon goes in the hole.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, if you
Wait,
can
what-
lockpick, then just get
What's
yourself
the
out.
point? Okay, what's the point in lockpicking?
To try
To-
to open the latch. So
Because we cannot find the
can't both
version
get out.
where he can teleport both of us out.
I can give you a leg up to see.
yeah, she can give me a leg up to see anyway.
Oh, no,
Maybe
actually,
she has
that
to
does-
hold the.
Yeah,
Wait,
no,
battery.
it does make
I
sense.
think
You
that's-
can do it.
I
Yes.
think that's the problem, right? With your plan is that
Yes,
Wait, so you can give me a leg up while you're out there?
I can come back in.
he can come back in.
Oh,
He can give you a leg up, and
Which I
then he
assume
can
I'm
leave
already
by
back
him-
in.
himself.
I've just been like, I just went out, and then I was like, what the fuck
You
is
know that
going on?
that
guys?
meme of like the dog that's like barking at the other dog and there's a fence between them and you pan out and it just stops there. Like, hold on.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds great.
Okay,
I did like having you on my shoulders, but it's not necessary. You can do it on Jack's shoulders.
alright. So you hold the battery, I get you out
Okay.
there.
If we switch back to
And
Davio, they're not going to be able to
I
carry it.
assume Jacques.
Be quick.
You're standing
W
with-
has the same muscles, he just
And-
doesn't use them.
That's
I
my
will
point.
vortex. Now that I can see through the grate, I'll vortex walk Avian holding the battery out.
The ground below you turns into fur, as there's suddenly a brown bear that you're standing on.
Oh, okay.
This was a bad idea. I'm very claustrophobic right now.
And now I will teleport myself
hate
out,
this.
leaving a bear inside.
There's
Different campaign, using all your spell slots anyway.
There's a bear in there.
And a
the
chair
sound
as
of
well.
bear.
Yeah, and the chair as well.
So now we're both out, looking through the
weird
grate,
chair.
and there's a bear.
And people with
There are
nuts.
people in there.
They did it.
Can I?
With stories to tell.
And then
Open wide, guys.
Oh wait,
Come inside.
Whoa.
Hang on. That's playhouse. Doesn't come to that.
You
Please
set
don't
off
mind.
all the alarms.
Playhouse lyrics.
yeah, on the other
Oh,
side.
there are
all
people
the
with
maintenance
games. Am I
ones.
fucking stupid?
Did we make it?
We're out. Okay, good. Now sit
how do
on
you
the
get back
fucking
in?
chair and don't move your legs.
okay.
You didn't bring the wheelchair with you.
Yeah, I was holding it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, did you bring the entire wheelchair?
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
Yeah.
Vortex
I think we
Walk
were
was-
just bringing the battery.
The battery is a wheelchair now. It's one and
Oh.
the same.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like a.
They disguised
I
it
s-
as a wheelchair.
I see it
and
as
put
one of those
on
like
a
you know the trolleys, like the trolley like flatbed trolleys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's just a flatbed trolley that's
Yeah.
a little bit janky, like every flatbed trolley.
Yeah,
so
of
it goes
course.
every like 3 seconds.
Yeah, you
It's just a battery on top.
You hit a
And you've
single
shaped
power
the front up
cable
and you've gone like, yes, I'm sitting on a chair right now, not a
You're
battery, a
way
chair.
too high.
Yeah.
And it's the sort of thing that will comfortably roll over a foot but stop on an electrical cable.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Um,
I roll them back.
Alrighty. Is there anything else you guys want to do before everyone reconvenes?
The actual difficult parts of that heist were not the difficult bits. It was the easy bits we were struggling with.
As always.
Hamish is here, so I'm rolling above a 15 on everything.
That's
Apparently.
amazing.
As I'm walking back. As I'm walking back with Abra.
I dropped a die. A die has
What's that
gone.
photo, Devin?
It's just the
W?
W. Yeah, it's W.
Alrighty.
see
With a lot of you
I got it.
reconvening with your several various different missions complete, we'll take a short break now.
Okay.
It's break time!
We'll be back very soon. See you then. Goodbye.
Late.
with Olivia wistfully gazing into the camera. With the gang re-arriving at the ship after completing the little odds and ends.
We have to get down. I presume it's manageable to get the battery down the stairwell and float it across somehow.
Well, that's the issue.
Is it
The
waterproof?
water.
It's not waterproof.
Not waterproof.
It's a battery.
I mean, at least it's with us now. And worst comes to worst, we wait for Yvelda.
I'm not sure if we all reconvened at the same time, but
Roughly.
Evoda would have been like, welcome team, I've got our things. There's like multiple bags around her, including the duffel bag, zipped up. She's like, alright, I got everybody's stuff. Do you want your peach now or later? Oh, well, actually, would you like a peach now or later?
I do not want a peach. I do not like peaches.
Write that down, write that down.
Yes?
Is it like a lucky dip? Like I get to pick one and then I take it with me, or like?
Well, I've gone the peach, or like the bags.
The bags, the stuff.
Well, I'm not quite sure what you mean, sorry.
Can she take any of them, or does it have to be hers?
Well, we've got a little bit...
Actually,
you go. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Alright, so I've got a little bit of a problem. Things aren't waterproof, and I can't get in my little thing. So I have a bit of a conundrum. I don't know how to get everything into the ship. So potentially we might have to do a lucky dip.
Wait, what do you mean? Can't we just get the thing to project that air bubble? Like it did, but like a big, long corridor. Well, no, we were like a decent swim away.
Yeah.
yeah.
10-15 minutes at least.
How waterproof is your bag?
This, and he holds up like it's like one of those like classic Mary Poppins tool bags things. If you open it, it'll fill up.
I am.
Well, not underwater. Like
I'm sometimes able to control water, but I cannot.
No,
today.
no, like, okay. Imagine I give you a paper bag, and I say, hold this underwater and don't let it fill up with water.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm sure you're very good at squeezing the neck of the thing, but it's still gonna. There's a lot of water. No, because if this thing fills up, it's gonna take me fucking 6 years to empty.
Trust your assessment of magical items.
Does anyone have any need for their stuff today?
No, I mean not. Do we need to get into this? The only thing that matters today is that we get that. Is that a wheelchair or not? That is.
Yes, and no.
Did you steal a disabled person's battery?
No, we ran into some trouble, and Chile can no longer use his legs.
Did you get into an accident? How do we have to call an ambulance?
Look, so long, it'll charge the ship.
I simply don't have legs anymore.
Okay.
How to get rid of them?
Sure, that's important. We just need to get that into the ship today. The rest of this can wait, I presume, right?
And we don't need to take it out straight away, or like.
No.
I haven't got anything important.
Deal.
It's not canon. What just happened?
What do you mean it's not
I
canon?
hand over the wheelchair and I'm now sitting.
And the wind
floor.
just goes, wait, and then it's gone.
Wait, I want to take the peach out before we do anything.
Oh, I took the wheel.
Oh, you took the.
If you want to take the like, I would have taken everything. If you wanted me to take everything.
Whoa. No, I was going to say I want my. Wait, was that my bag?
The duffel bag.
Where did you get that?
I
You're not
cleared
supposed to have that.
I cleared out the whole apartment. I didn't look at anything. I just grabbed everything. I didn't look inside.
That snatches it back and he stuffs the duffel bag into his other bag.
I let you have my necklace. You know the deal. Once you're in that space, yeah. And I do the all the stuff in.
Wait. You can do the same thing as she can.
But she's gone.
Yes.
Wait, we already knew this.
She has always been able to do it. I am often the one left holding it.
I kept the peach. It's got the peach in my
Fair
hand.
enough.
It's okay.
Is the battery?
Shucks, got
You have the
the-
battery as well? I think that solves the problem, no?
Yeah, Jesus, those things are strong.
Hey, you got another problem though. How you swimming down there? Oh, you can swim down there, but I can't give you water breathing because I'm not there.
How long has it been since the combat?
Well, it's a full new day.
The duration is just
Oh,
24
wait,
hours, though.
that is a good point. I would have had to cast it for everyone to go back up, so... Never mind. Don't
It's
worry about
alright,
it. You're fine. You can breathe. Go swim.
You see, some of us come prepared. Oh, fuck, I've left it with the... Because I was going to say, I was going to pull out the diving suit that I haven't returned. And then I remember that Ferris is still holding it. No, wait, I would have used it to get back out of the ship.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have tried. As much as I like you, I wouldn't have
Because
trusted
you choose not to use
so
it.
no, he still has it with him.
I don't know if
It's just
this
in a bag.
logically
I'm gonna
would
put that in a
work
bag.
with a skirt, but
Diving suit.
because your has got like the double kind of slit
Yeah,
skirt.
you didn't choose to use for some of them, right? I'm sorry, I'm distracted.
I tied it up so it looks like I've got a giant diaper, and I'm like, alright, I'm ready.
It's girding up your loins. That's literally what it is.
That's inappropriate. That's children present. We're not girding up anyone's loins. And
I
then
think you know what that means, and I'm almost glad of it.
going in. I just like look at him with a joy face and go inside and just go in the water.
Alright, yeah, we go to the ship, I think.
Can I keep an eye out for any? Because I don't remember if I heard it, but I remember it being said that those fish said they would be reinforcements at some point.
Yeah,
Wormtongue's just
Fish? You mean Fred? Use their name
something.
properly.
I didn't know their name. I was too panicked. Wormtongue's edgy as he swims or plods around.
Edgy. Like,
That's all. Yeah.
you would edge.
So do we have any loose ends?
No, I'll come back to mine about 20 sessions later.
I think we established we're pretty keen to fuck off out of here.
Well, the thing is, we either leave before tonight, and then tomorrow the child comes out of her containment with the other battery, and halfway through the trip we plug in the second battery, or we wait until tomorrow.
As much as I trust this thing, it's probably wiser that when we do go, we're well prepared and we understand.
Well, that is great, unless, of course, there are either people coming to check out this ship, or there are fish coming to break it apart.
Yeah, I suppose. But the fish didn't break it apart last time, and I had a chat with the people and told them they shouldn't do it for a couple of days, and they seemed happy with that.
Well, yes, it is about weighing the risk. What do we think is more risky? Waiting the night, or leaving without being sure the second battery will work properly?
Honestly, probably the latter.
Okay, then...
Are we staying down here overnight?
I would rather not continue to go up and down through the ship, so if we are here, we are here. We're probably going to be staying on this ship for an extended period of time anyway. We should get used to it.
Oh god. Yeah, okay. At least it won't be underwater the whole time, though, will it? Will it?
Well, it will be tonight.
I know that bit. Anyway, I see no reason we've got to go and associate with the rest of this city at this point. We've lodged our debts. Wait, fuck, where's Ale? Wasn't he with you?
I wasn't even with us, so how
you weren't? Where's Ale?
I assumed he was with you.
I thought he was with you.
Oh my goodness. we have lost the blind man. This is great.
Oh, shit. But I tell you what, I'll go have one last look around the city and see if we can capture things. You guys stay down here tonight.
You hear a clunk from underneath the floor of the main bridge.
Ale.
The credits start rolling.
Ale.
Just leave it to Ale. I'm gonna go and take a look.
Yeah.
Let's go investigate.
Well, where did you guys get off to?
I found
It is LA.
I found him. See,
And he has a welding mask on.
I put a hand on his shoulder. I can always count on you. By the way, I've picked up your stuff, so it should be with us if you've left anything in the apartment.
Greatly appreciated. I can't do the voice.
Okay, well, I mean, it's not bad, honestly. Okay, well, I suppose with that done, we should all just rest.
Riveting conversation with Ferris about the inner workings of the ship. Did I lose track of time again?
Yes, you did, and it was very inconvenient, but whatever. Fuck it. We got done what we needed to get done.
No, don't get testy, Davio.
I'm annoyed because I came back and I have no fucking powerful spells to use. I don't know what the fuck you all did.
You used knock like 3 times?
That is preposterous. You were on a stealth mission.
Yeah.
In an industrial district.
I mean,
sorry, if you can't control your little problem, then who are you to blame us?
I'm sure you worked hard.
The noise it made was very close to the noises being made around us anyway.
Well, if it worked out, then that is fine.
What time is it?
It'll be like mid-evening, early night.
Is anyone else hungry?
It's cooking time.
I require sustenance.
I'll be cooking in the kitchen, you know what I'm saying? And I head to the kitchen.
Okay, what are you making?
What do we have that's left?
We have to have a last supper in this town. So you need to make something.
I think you
grand.
got some supplies, didn't you? You got some additional supplies, so you can make whatever you want.
Well, I mean, wouldn't it all been taken by Aether? Because you took everything into your thing, right? So that means if I had any additional stuff, right?
In which case you have.
If you follow Jacques, because I'm not out of the necklace yet, by the way.
You can leave it within the same day. But you can't go back in within the same day, right?
I can take stuff out though, so
yeah.
And I can hear very muffled voices. So
is Jacques still a cat?
Screaming into it.
Yes, but I can talk as a cat.
I kind of can I please speak to the necklace?
I'm trying to do, yeah.
I was gonna do something foolish and kind of bend down, and be like, "Can you hear me?" But if you're handing it to me, yeah, Aether, can you hear me? I need some cooking supplies. You see, I'm gonna make some dinner. You see, a last supper, if you will.
and then
Are we on death row?
We're on death row.
happens, and then all of the supplies in the wheelchair are just standing next to Aether. She's like,
Well, that's my duty done.
Alright. Let's cook up a feast.
We don't need to wait. We can leave tonight.
Yeah.
Well, within how long? I just bully over Ferris. We've got a second battery. How long will it take you to get this integrated and set up?
Well, the first one should be done in about 8 hours, and another 8 hours for the second.
I can wire it up so they can both be charging at the same time. That should save us some time.
Potentially, but it could also cause an overload of power.
I know what I am doing. Thank you very much.
Alternatively, once the first one is done, we can take off and then plug the second one in.
And that will.
Let me run a quick test with this second battery to make sure that it is working properly.
Just don't get us drowned down here, please.
No promises. Everything we do is a risk. This is not our ship.
Correct.
I roll the battery over, and I'm just gonna temporarily and safely unplug the other battery and plug the other one in just to make sure it's working properly. Does it seem to be working properly?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll go through everything I did with Rabia.
I will.
It does seem like it was a little more complicated than the one that you had to do.
I rolled a nat 20 for cooking dinner.
Nat 20 for the cooking dinner?
let's go!
Can you roll me just another d20, please?
This is the amount of dragons that's going to attack.
16.
16 dragons?
16 dragons come up from the circle.
It's like that one fucking Phasmophobia clip. How many pickles can you shove up your ass? 9? 90? 903? 903?
I was kind of hoping I got a low roll because there's an Instagram reel I saw that I wanted to do.
Oh, too bad.
She starts cooking, this happens.
Anyway, what do you make for dinner?
Squid. I asked Avril what she wants for dinner while everyone's talking, so having a lovely calamari dinner.
Lovely. You guys enjoy a lovely feast, and the second battery does connect up, yes.
Good. One time sniffs at it. It's obviously a bit exotic for him, but he doesn't say anything, he just eats.
To your credit,
How is it?
it's a lot easier to figure out what's meant to go where when you know the end product.
Glad you ate it.
You do not need to give me any credit. I do not gain any benefit from it.
Do you need some confetti?
that is one of the most wasteful applications of any material that I've ever seen.
It just like
Doesn't that
floats
stuff
down.
never
into
break
your-
down as well?
No, it's made from biodegradable materials. A sauce naturally, of course.
Of course.
I'll do
I
that.
would think. Okay. Speaking of, can you hold this? As he's sitting there, it looks like he's rolling a cigarette. He just takes like a pinch of like the contents and just hands that to you. Don't lose it. Just fiddles with a cigarette and takes a second one out. Fiddles with it. Takes a pinch of it. A second. Here. Second handful. Good. He's just doing this one, and as you see, he's like sitting there with what looks like a tiny little metal rod, and I'm pushing like the smallest, most like vaguely effective lockpicks into two of his cigarettes, and then they're just rolling them back up and stuffs them back down into his box. As he goes the other one. And let me just now I've got to put. What the fuck are you doing?
Smoke.
I made him buy these for me. These are expensive ones.
Yippee! More confetti.
One of the
just-
first times that I have agreed with her.
And more confetti just gets thrown up to you.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've got quote unquote nice cigarettes in this, and now I have one less.
There is nothing more illogical than smoking.
You think this is about?
He gets it.
Oh god, you probably think people have fun for logical reasons as well, right?
There are ways to have fun that does not include
Wait, so what did you
giving
do?
yourself lung cancer.
He was making me
God,
hold
you
some of the like
motherfuckers.
smoke stuff
I
in
was
my
just
hand, and I
trying to-
just went
Smoke stuff.
and made it
Just
just
asking for a
in
little bit of help.
cigarettes, and then
Useless kids.
I did. I helped. You told me to hold it, so I held it, and then I got rid of it.
That's the second bit that I didn't like. And for your information, I'm not really worried about the lung cancer, more about the dealing with traumatic experiences in the meantime and using it as a fantastic coping mechanism.
That's great. It also gives a lot of secondhand smoke to others. You are shortening the lives of those around you.
And that's bad.
Lights a cigarette. Whatever you say.
First.
Oh,
Pinches it.
fuck!
I told you smoke is bad.
There will be no smoking up on this vessel.
This dinner is exceptionally chewy. It is taking too long to eat.
It's
She
squid.
made it tender.
It is
She did
so
real well.
chewy.
What is that? I pick up the discarded cigarette. What the who's this? I give it back to you. Stop littering on the ship.
That was her!
Stop.
I didn't let
I
her.
mark off a
Stop.
second fancy cigarette.
No littering on the ship. And I give it back to you. It's squid. Beautifully cooked. Oh,
I feel like I'm going to choke on it.
well, here's what you do. You take small bites instead.
That takes even
Or-
longer to eat.
Wouldn't be a shame.
I like to finish dinner quickly so I
Or
can
just
get back
be
to
like-
what I'm doing.
Like a small dog who doesn't want to chew on kibble and just like and swallow straight away.
No, then I will choke.
Do you want me to make you a different dinner? Because I can.
Yes.
It's not bad. I'll take it. I'm still hungry. I'll have
I was going to
yours.
say, yeah, fuck that picky bastard. I'll have it if he doesn't.
What do you want for dinner?
Something quick and easy. Just
Like
get me
toast.
slices of bread or something.
So, Yvonne's in the kitchen. She's making something. But when you go in, there's like a pot on the stove and the lid's spinning like crazy.
What are you doing?
I'm making magic. It's just,
I'll
You've
make
seen
a
someone
magic
make toast,
happen.
have you?
the pot's spinning. It's going crazy in the kitchen.
I think it's done.
she like blocks the view. When she turns on, it's a plate of nice like toast. Jija.
Very well.
You see your brother's just like inhaling your squid rings and she's like, oh, this is great.
Vala, can I have a third serving of squid?
Oh, yes, of course. Your brother's in the kitchen. She's going crazy. It's like Master Chef.
As you come back in, you can see that Wormtongue's sitting in one of the corners with like one of the pots, and he's just like scraping it and like
What are you doing?
scatters with the pot.
You're like one of those anime things, right? A tsundere.
That causes me physical pain as a person.
A tsundere, that's what it's called. That's you.
Introduce that to this universe.
Okay,
I
Vala,
think I've
question.
already done that, probably in campaign 1.
What's an anime?
Oh, it's this. It's this really nice anime.
Some sort of elemental.
It's like a drawing that moves, right? Is animation like a thing in this world?
Kind of.
So does that mean that's what Nathalie does with the paint?
Oh, a little bit. It's like
I think so,
inspired.
but like many times.
It's inspired by like a certain place in the world, right?
So make Nathalia weep.
I won't say what it is because I don't know what law to make up. But like, it's got a real big fan base. I think Yale kind of was like a pioneer of it.
Why did you point at me when you said that?
I don't know. I can't explain it. There's like a vibe I'm getting.
Is that your nickname?
I went to Salveron University.
Do
you have a nickname?
I'm so sorry.
I also taught at Salveron University. What is that supposed to mean?
it.
You kind of look like someone who would enjoy one of Yale Spellbound animes. Yeah, I don't know.
I do not like fiction.
So it's like
Oh,
an elemental
reincarnated
summons.
in this world as someone who is also someone else sometimes.
Yeah.
You're a big fan of that single fragment anime.
This isn't isekai for real.
It's a group of people and they're trying to find a single fragment to
Planeswalker.
complete
Nice
the
cake.
puzzle.
Like us?
Ice Spice.
Yo, like us.
Do you not tempt me? Otherwise, I will play like a
Oh.
US Marine who was transported to this world and is just trying to get back.
I
to
named
his
us the team today.
Dream of the Blue Whale.
So how
The
that's
team. That isn't the most
The
generic
true-
name I've
the
ever
true
heard.
explorers of auspicious mysteries.
Yeah, some
How do you know the word auspicious? Where did you learn that?
I'm smarter than I look.
Well,
Do you
you'd
not
have to
just
be
pick up
pretty fucking smart.
Do you just not pick up information at random? Because
I suppose I do, but auspicious is not even a word I use very
Davio called
often.
me pretty and smart.
That two different groups are whispering about me at the same time.
You need to pick-
Keep your gossip one at a time.
you need to pick up a
must be
dictionary
annoying,
and
mustn't
study
it?
because you
I
don't
know,
know.
right? Early event, I think the problem with picking things up is you have to go somewhere like outside of your room.
Your
What
mama
is that
sh-
supposed to
your
mean?
mama
I did
showed-
on-field research constantly.
Your
Which
mama
one?
showed dictionary.
Just the
She
one?
knows too many
Just the one
words.
too?
There's so many insults coming at me constantly. I'll be in my room.
Shut up.
By choice.
Shut up and eat your toast,
Yeah,
Doctor.
I never said it was not by choice.
Soaply eats buttered toast.
Buttered.
That takes two times.
There's no way I'm buttering this.
So much worse.
he's never buttered a bun in his life.
His mum is so dry on toast, it's just too crunchy. And she just shakes her head and walks away.
What did you even say?
Mum is so dry on toast.
She crunch.
Sure. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, guys. Public execution of me tomorrow.
No, that's not happening.
Oh, I'm just going to check the battery's progress, and I mean, we gotta start getting ready to leave then.
When Turner tries to light a cigarette using the burner on the stove and smokes into the oven hood.
Huh? How does that even? I'm also.
Stuffs
I'm
it out
like.
and puts it back in his pocket.
I'm also in there like, wait, hang on a second. How does that work?
Huh?
You smoke into it. Doesn't that damage the wires?
I'm trying to stop him fucking smelling it. It doesn't work. I don't know how he checks.
You don't know the ins and outs of secret smoking. You see, my cousin did that once.
As the cigar moves from her mouth.
Oh, your witch cousin, huh? Which cousin taught you to secret smoke?
Starts looking up a
shit.
directory.
I take a drag from my cigar and it gets me in the smoke.
It's not even real. Doesn't count.
I think I've been off topic for this session too much. I don't have anything else to add.
The batteries? How are they doing?
They're charging. We can take off basically any time.
I've been trying to take the battery out of the wheelchair without damaging the structure of the wheelchair.
It's
so
permanent
much.
now.
So then I can just have a wheelchair for some reason.
That'll be handy for later.
You know, Ale can make you one of
What are
those
you
in like
planning?
4 seconds.
Nothing yet, but like, what happens if one of us gets hurt and we
Avra's
need...
intentionally planning on disabling someone.
What happens if one of us gets hurt and we need compensation from the people that hire us, so then we can just like wheel someone in on a wheelchair and they'll have to do something about it?
Well, we've got an enabler in the party. We now need a disabler.
Yeah. Perfectly balanced as the thing
We
should
can
be.
do that even if they don't get hurt though.
The people that hire us normally would probably put us down if we got injured like that. But good idea.
Well, you never know, right? Something bad might happen to somebody.
And you gotta take people for all they're worth, don't you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn, this girl's on. What's happening here today?
So, like, we have to travel to Naya. Does anyone know of any good places to stop in the midpoint? Or are we just gonna fly straight there?
We could stop in at Salveron. I can check in on an old friend and possibly.
Oh, but that's where, like...
The whole point is we're trying to stay away from Salveron.
I thought the whole point was to get away from here.
Well, our original whole point was to get away from
remind me,
Salveron.
what was that? That was because you were going to do research, and now look what you've done. You've just picked up some poor dead colleague.
Yeah, do you have a map?
I believe, like, just the other places in Corona would also be on the way.
Can you just remind me, the motivation to go to Naya was because we were catching up with your pals who were there? Just because I just want to understand it as a player so I can, like, link it into, okay, yeah, let's do this.
It's the elemental, like, prophecy thing, and then, like, Jacques had information that, like, it might be a war starting or something soon,
Yeah.
so...
And our little genie friends are in a bit of trouble. We're gonna help them.
I mean, we could find out a lot of information from Maya anyway. Apparently, it's got a lot of knowledgeable soil, so...
Soil?
Mm.
Okay.
Minerals in trouble and we need to help them out. That's why I'm
So we could maybe get rid of the mineral thing as well? Like,
I'm sorry, no, he's my friend.
Get rid of the problem that Minero's facing? Yes.
okay, not bad.
Because mineral rocks, you know.
I really like that one.
Wow.
But yeah, so we're traveling to Naya, and we can start that tonight or tomorrow. I guess
Look,
it depends on what people
you're
want to
confident
do.
that this battery doesn't make a difference if it's plugged in while we fly or if the ship's charged as we go, then I see no reason to wait.
I mean, are they?
Well, and Ale, but I'll go find the bastard soon.
He's on the ship.
Is he not on the ship?
He's here.
He's
Yeah.
here.
We were talking to him before.
Oh,
Oh, I think that was when you went and got food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
blind and deaf. I mean, sneaky. Okay.
He apparently got caught up talking to Ferris Bueller about something. It happens. They're pretty knowledgeable.
Speaking of Ferris, I think it is best if you remove all of our bracelets now.
Absolutely.
I bedazzled mine though.
Do you want it as well?
Are you gonna wear it? At least let me still see it though.
I cannot do that. I'll just hold on to it there.
Do you know if they'll still track while they're not on someone?
Can you deactivate the tracking on it?
I do.
Unfortunately not. I can just restore it onto you or absorb it within.
I have a question first.
Yes.
Do you have like an inbuilt map or like GPS or whatever inside?
I have a fairly good understanding of this world's topology.
I thought you said you hadn't been awake here for 50 years or something.
The world hasn't changed all that much.
Speak for yourself.
Topologically.
Yeah. I
Well,
suppose.
Do you know that?
Topographically?
That one.
My brain was like, that's not the right.
Yes. Don't use geology terms in the room when there's a geologist.
What is the current population of Salveron?
Unknown.
Okay. How about do you have a way to show me? Do you have some sort of display?
Points to one of the ship's displays and a map appears on it.
Can you show me what Salveron looks like from a bird's eye view, approximately? Not a current one necessarily, but
Yeah, brings up a map, like a satellite view of Salveron from maybe 10 years ago.
okay. Well, it looked very different to that.
I wonder why.
There was an explosion.
What I am saying is, perhaps the world has changed a lot
big?
more than your records.
It was like a big crater.
Okay,
Most of
let
the
me simulate
city
one.
has been flattened.
You watch as the simulation of the topographical map of Salveron changes to just have a massive fucking crater in the middle
Well,
of it.
not that big. Like it was pinpointed
Centered
from like,
here, and the radius is about this much.
You stole my information.
My point being,
I'm the one who did it. I should be able to talk about it.
my point being, I want to see if there's a route we can take that doesn't take us through Salveron if we're looking to do a stop from here to Nile.
I'm rather interested in going to Salveron, but
How far is Lakwas out? Although I don't really want to go home yet.
We get to meet your dad.
Maybe.
The one that gave you that thing.
Yeah. But also, I don't want to go home yet.
Your dad's not like a demon, is what you're saying. Okay.
No, he's actually shorter than me. And he's got a real big, fluffy beard.
Does he have horns?
No.
Okay.
Why would my dad have horns?
You may not have known that he was a demon.
But he's not a demon, though.
Well, I was just making sure. It sounds like he isn't. That's great. Flick the fucking camera.
Where? What's a camera?
Oh, flick it again, please.
It broke.
That should be fine.
Hello?
Possibly. It's black. Oh, there we go.
Hi.
Fixed somehow.
You're back.
Okay. Well, one of us wants to go to Salveron. Most of us, it sounds like, do not.
If we are trying to avoid Salveron, then perhaps a course through Zorana, then Io, then Naya would be advisable.
I do not want to go to Zorana.
Why?
Why?
Because I'm on holiday.
Is that where you're from?
No, just can we please anywhere nearby?
What was the second place?
Io.
How would Salveron be more of a holiday than Zorana?
Do you see how much work gets done in Salveron?
No,
Yes.
I've never been there.
It's next to none. It's fantastic.
No, Salveron has a lot of progress. Thank you very much. That is why I went there.
Okay, maybe not in the parts I was working in.
We can stop at Giovanna. Just, I know. Don't make a big scene about it.
Alternatively, we could go through Arin, but that is a bit of a longer initial trip and then a shorter hop down to Io. Or we could go through the Verdant Ring, but that is potentially troublesome in the terms of turbulence in the weather.
Where do we send the people with the tome off to? Where do they say they were going?
They were like, oh, we're just going to continue traveling. I think they were going to Io.
They were going to.
Where's the homie that they got paid to get the book?
The eastern coast specifically of Io.
Cool. Well, I'd like to go somewhere like on the way to Ayo. I actually don't know where they are. I should probably send them a message. But yeah.
Well,
Where would that be?
On the eastern coast of Io?
Yeah, suppose
Oh, so
Zorana wouldn't be the worst
Io
place
definitely
to
is a
just-
stop then.
so through Zorana or through Arin?
It wouldn't be the worst place. Let's just not hang around, if that's all right.
Zorana, it is.
Hooray!
More confetti just shoots out of her sleeve.
Stop it! We need
If it
those
makes you
materials
feel
for
better, I'm
other
not a super
things.
cool
I
about
purchased
it,
them on my
Yeah,
money.
point in case.
It's a
But I'll do
it's a
it.
waste of
It's
money.
easier to just go through things. Just...
You should learn it now.
I could say something really mean to you, but I'm
Then
not
do
a mean
it.
person, so I'm not going to.
But most of that is actually meaner than anything you could have possibly said, because the way that I can tear myself apart from the inside is doing wonders right now. Just say it. Hey!
This is like the meme of the dude looking back while holding hands. It's going like, ooh, let me just.
Avra, say your insult at
From
me.
my point of view, it's the perfect stock photo. 'Cause it's just like in the background.
What is happening here?
Avra is being insufferable.
She's like 12 or something.
I am.
Yeah, I know.
Yippee!
Why do I say anything?
I was not like that when I was 12.
I can imagine what you were like when you were 12.
I'm sorry for your loss.
When I was 12, I was wrestling with my cousins, they would teach me how to fight and use the forge.
When you were 12, you were probably...
I'd be 12.
When I was 12, I would have beat your fucking ass. Remember that?
There are a lot of
Dark
options
was
to
coming
go.
out
Yeah, right.
February 29th.
Look at me. And I flex. This
He will be 12 and
is
32
pure
years.
orc muscle.
Born on February 29th.
You reckon? Looks a little bit half to me.
Isn't it 29th?
I'm pretty
Your
sure you
world
were...
half.
has 28 day
No,
month.
It's
I
still
know.
9% stronger
The
than
equivalent
you.
of February 29th.
That's not your name.
There is no
That's not-
equivalent.
Well, in terms accurate, you know that.
He designed the world to
do
be
we know
perfectly
your work?
symmetric.
Yeah, everyone knows I'm
Oh, okay.
Jack.
Yeah.
Do you want to fly tonight or tomorrow?
I
pretty sure you've definitely talked to Dahlia and everything about it. And everyone calls you one time.
I just should go.
Oh, you go doesn't carry the way.
And also,
Yeah,
you're
no.
communicating.
You can call me either.
like...
He goes by it.
That kind of seems fun. Seems like we would draw less attention that night.
I got nothing else to do with Gibraltar, so
Okay.
Gibraltar will go to bed if it's late.
Us as captains have decided that we're gonna leave.
The children are not the captains.
Do you want to try and
Let
make a
me
deal with this thing?
rephrase. Us as pilots have decided
That's fair.
that we're gonna leave tonight.
Great decision. The decision the rest of us made hours ago.
But then you started talking, and then that just got us nowhere. So
Well, that's talking in this group in a nutshell.
It was either going to be today or tomorrow. It doesn't really mean much to me.
I hope everyone has a good rest. We'll be in the sky next time you wake up.
Does the ship move much? Or is it pretty stable?
A little bit. Just
Goblin running.
I'm going to stay up a bit at the start to make sure we do not crash.
Yes.
We're starting flying now? Are we taking off now or are we
I
sleeping now?
believe so, yes.
We're taking off now?
Yes.
There's no way I'm going to fucking bed for that. Wormtongue is awake and alert and locking his diving suit up.
There is no benefit to you being awake. You will just distract Jacques.
If I'm going to die, I'm not going to do it in my sleep.
Why not? That is the ideal way to die.
Okay, how do I rephrase this? If there's a chance I'm going to die, I don't want to be asleep.
Suit yourself. I don't care.
I'm going to distract me.
I was using you as an excuse. I didn't want him to be around.
Oh, if everyone's
I
staying
didn't
up
give you
to watch the
permission to use
takeoff,
me
I'll
as an
stay up
excuse.
too.
I don't need permission for everything
I have
that I
an
say.
idea, by the way. Can Wormtongue put a cigarette in his mouth? Get his helmet?
No.
And he will
I think
look
I
around,
need permission to eat you.
light the cigarette, and jam the diving helmet on.
So in a
I do get
sealed,
hungry sometimes.
in a sealed environment, you've just lit a cigarette.
Yeah. It's just
Starts eating away at the oxygen.
it's got an oxygen supply in the diving suit, right?
Bless you.
Thanks.
I'm
You-
pretty
you
sure
see it cloud up.
Wormtongue uses more oxygen than the cigarette.
I'm just watching Wormtongue do this. Just...
He's hotboxing himself.
You're supposed to use weed when you hotbox, not a cigarette.
Oh, the cigarette is gone. There is none left.
Yeah. And then, as you say that, you just smoke everywhere. Ah. Worth it.
Opening ventilation.
Water pours.
I'll show you.
Fuck's sake.
I'll just show you how to...
That shake, Wormtongue.
You said you didn't like drowning. How's that any different?
I chose this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can tell, yeah. How does that, instead of your fancy illusion smoke,
Next
taste
time you
instead?
next time you swim, just choose to drown.
I'm just curious, right? So if you're driving the ship, do you know where we're going? Like, do you actually, are you able to figure out which direction we're going in?
I mean, doesn't Ferris have like a general idea of the world and also where we're going? So
I think
just
if
follow
Ferris
the
has a
flight plan?
map, there's probably some
Yeah.
navigational basic compasses and
I'm just
such.
making sure. Just want to make sure before we leave,
It's-
we all know what's going to happen.
That's good. I'm glad someone is thinking.
But it's her, though.
That's fine. She is an intelligent individual. Well, you have been learning to read from scratch over a very short
Yeah.
period of time, and you learned magic on
That's
a very
right.
short period of time.
I didn't know you thought of me that way. Intelligent, smart, funny, beautiful.
I
just
didn't say
epic,
most of that, and I
successful.
don't think most of that.
For
It's
now.
too late now. She won't
Successful,
let it go.
wise, beyond
Alright.
her years.
If we're taking off, we should probably take off as soon as possible. And then, yeah.
Ferris, is there a way to make the ship not be lit up while going places? At least for a little bit. A stealth mode or something.
You can turn the lights off on the external.
Yeah, I think while we are leaving, until we are settled in the air outside of the ark, I think.
Given I've been quote-unquote keeping tabs on the Ark for a while from Salperon, do I know much of its external defense network, or not really?
Defense network, probably not. Probably beyond your scope. Probably
Can I retcon it as part of my thing, saying it's something I would have liked to investigate while I was here?
Yeah, you can make an active roll. You can make a investigation or persuasion, whichever you prefer.
That is a 15.
On.
I'm just checking to see. I think it's in persuasion. No, it's investigation. That's one. And you wanted this +4.
Total of 15.
Yes.
Yeah, getting an understanding of the external defenses of the Ark is sort of beyond your access and scope.
Just no records of what's happened to ships and vessels that have approached it. Mostly waterborne craft, or no is valid.
They detain anyone who comes here without specific authorization, and take them through a process similar to the one you went through.
Fellas, when you crash landed here, was there any defense mechanism that did anything?
I don't think it remembers when it crashed, did it?
The data from that period of time is scattered. I do believe that part of the reason that we crashed was because we were attacked, and it damaged our ability to stay aloft.
By the Ark?
I believe so, yes.
How far away from the Ark? Can you remember?
We'd been noticed about a couple of miles out and shot at, I believe, a mile away.
Okay. For safety's sake, let's say the flight plan is to stay underwater for 5 miles. Is that possible and reasonable?
This vessel is not made for sustained propulsion through water. It is doable, but there is definitely a chance of air bubble failure for pushing through a medium that dense. It's usually made for air. Or
what happens if the air bubble fails? Isn't the ship still sealed?
Well, yes,
pressure moment.
But that pressure surging in, it could probably sustain the pressure, generally speaking, if it was static. But if it comes in dynamically, rushing in, that could cause some issues.
So just reduce the air bubble over time, and then we get moving.
There's a potentiality.
I don't know how these things work. Obviously, talk to those.
Either way, I can definitely try to keep us underwater for that amount of time, but if it becomes unreasonable or unsustainable, I will have to resurface.
Do you know what they used to detect you?
No idea.
Let's try then, but probably not super far underwater.
We can skim just below the surface,
I think that's
where the pressure is not too immense, and if it becomes an issue, we'll just resurface. Probably for the first mile, we'll stay at the current depth, and then after that,
slowly surface.
Slowly rise.
Alright. If it's less than 5 miles, then it's less than 5 miles. We'll see.
Alright. Well, I've been making the necessary modifications for your stature. This is your seat, and this is yours.
High chair.
Oh yeah. No, it's just like little extender arms on all of them.
Yes. Kind of like reminiscent of like almost the control panel in Inside Out.
I'm ready to go when you are.
Yeah, ready? Is everybody ready? Is everybody buckled up?
Yes.
I'm locked in.
Rumtum?
Yeah, he's strapped and locked. And
like 8 times.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's like
along with like
already,
along with like a quick release just in case.
Yeah.
Do you need someone to hold your hand when we take off?
Amongst the 4 of you, who has sort of keen eyes?
I wear glasses for a reason.
Keen eyes.
Is that for?
I can do it if you want.
Alright, I'll have you strap into this seat instead.
It takes him 2 minutes to get out.
Yeah. Doffing and donning armor.
Yeah, exactly.
He kind of takes you up to. So you guys are kind of like if the vessel is modeled after a hummingbird, a lot of you are like kind of like just like in the neck/chest area. Ferris takes you up like a ladder to basically where the head of the hummingbird will be. It's got like a nice like sort of like one segment window that seems to be sort of bolted in, and there's like a bunch of like different sensors and periscopes and the like.
How far can these things see?
For quite a considerable distance, but I've never used them. My ocular receptors are only for the immediate vicinity.
If I was hovering above, say, a city, would I be able to look down on it easily?
Probably not to any minute detail, but you could probably get a general gist of the.
Damn. All the same, what do you need done?
Well, you'll be the eyes and ears for the ship if any issues arise or.
Wait, they can still see downstairs, though, right?
Yes, but they'll probably be singularly focused on traveling ahead. You will have access to a more holistic vision around the ship.
I suppose.
Try not to.
At this point, like he's sort of switched into like work mode, taken off the helmet, and he's just sitting down. He's like, okay, yeah, getting onto it.
It's gonna be like the Twilight episode. You're gonna swear you see like a goblin on the wing of the ship, tearing things off.
Hey, Wormtongue, I'll toss you like a pair of the lenses.
What are these?
Put them on.
Ah, Jesus, they're right.
That might help a little bit.
Hello. I mean, it's still it's darkish down here, but I think I've got better dark vision than you already. And then it's like,
but it's plus 30 feet.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Tar.
No worries.
Yeah, the things further away in darkness feel a little bit crisper, a little bit more discernible.
You see him work a little bit of something. He's like got a screwdriver out. A strange bit of illusion, and now it looks like he's wearing goggles, very very similar to Arle's, just like slightly less functional and more stylish.
Yeah,
almost twins.
Feels appropriate for your skill set.
I suppose I'll use them. Thank you.
I've already had a lovely discussion with Ferris. I will remain on deck to make. I will remain sort of everywhere at once if possible to make sure that any hiccups or repairs that need doing are done. But yes, if you do need me, just give me a shout. Don't try to flag me down. I can't see you.
Ah.
Very good. Avra's been practicing.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, in which case, Captain, at your beck and call.
Vroom.
Alright.
Yes, cool.
Roll me a D20 and your intelligence modifier.
Not like an arcana or thing.
No, in this case it's just intelligence.
And no 8, I assume.
And
my co-captain.
I don't know what Aligala's spell list is.
Yeah, I can.
Oh, Ali's spell list is like advantage on intelligence, and also bardic, I think. Well, bardic, definitely.
Right, which in case we will slap you with the bardic and enhance ability.
Thanks,
so
Ali.
English, if you watch this back, mark off an enhanced ability.
And a bardic
inspiration. Sorry, bud.
Womp womp.
It's okay, there should be a long rest somewhere.
Ooh. I mean, it's a 23.
23? The ship hums to life. At one point, it sort of is a bit tense. Oh.
Front door is calling.
Yeah, front door is calling.
Oh.
1 second.
What?
It might be Elita's delivery. Yeah,
it's Elita's delivery.
Okay.
That was an interesting experience.
The temptation to speak through the door.
Hello?
Hello. Give me my pizza! Give me Elita's pizza! Don't give it to Elita! Alrighty. The ship hums to life, and at one point it's a bit sort of worrying because the ship is extraordinarily quiet as the wings just sort of flap and give you this sort of like rise. but you can hear the water sloshing around you now as
Like when I first got in like my hybrid car or whatever, and you turn on the engine, you're like, it's not working. It's not working, but it's a quiet engine.
It's so terrifying. I get overtaken by one and go, there's a car there.
Yeah.
I can't hear it. Don't like that.
But yeah. The ship gently begins to move, stabilizing itself. You do notice there is a bit of a reduction in sort of what the thrust you expect versus the thrust you get because of the damage that has sustained. But it is enough to get moving through this space. As you begin to move, Ferris sort of starts guiding Jacques along the controls, and eventually Jacques understands what needs to be done. This is not like this is unlike with the Ark. The Ark was a much more massive vessel that required sort of like coordination on every sort of thruster to make sure that it didn't just sort of twist and snap by a miscalculation of thrust somewhere. The ship is much more responsive, much more agile, and it begins to make its way through the opening that it has punctured through the side of the Ark. At this point, I need you to make just a sleight of hand check, please.
Sure.
And if you can think of a way that you can help, you can check that in there.
I have been watching the way that Ferris has been moving around and like showing the things, and so I just kind of like subconsciously start to also mimic on some of the things that I can read and see what could be good in movement, potentially, if that helps.
Okay, roll with advantage.
And also you have confetti.
I also have confetti.
Brushing confetti off the keyboard, pressing buttons.
That is not good. That's a 10.
10?
Yeah.
As you try to guide the ship through the opening, there is a bit of issue as it does get a bit lodged and stuck as the water has sort of changed the geometry of the hole that was initially punctured through. You do get sort of snagged on sort of like a wayward piece of metal, and you do hear like a little bit of like bending and warping of metal before you eventually like push free.
Oopsies.
Wormtongue's figured out which button radio's down to you, because I presume I'm not within visual distance, am I?
No.
Yeah, it's like
I would have told you not to hit that, but I thought it was more obvious. What's the damage like? What's the damage like?
I swivel the hummingbird's head round or something like it. It's superficial, just don't do any more.
I'll try not to be stuck in the wall. Bit hard in open sea, but I'll manage, I assume.
Begin making the first leg of your journey very carefully.
Yeah, as soon as we're into open water, can I go on high alert to try and see if there's anything rocking towards us?
Make a perception check.
It's that one. It is a 10. Still getting used to the cockpit. Wormtongue's sort of scrabbling around and he's like pushing levers and the thing turns the wrong way.
Yeah. Difficult to see if anything's clocked you at this point. At the depth of the water you're at, it's incredibly murky, even with the lenses and all of the sort of various tools and apparatus of the ship. It is not made for water. It can theoretically travel in water, but it's not made for it by any means. It's made for much less dense mediums,
like rock.
Oh yes, yeah. Like
And
pitch,
metal.
And stone. Yeah.
It's made specifically to fly through pitch.
Oh, that's like a drill.
But yeah, the first sort of mile goes by without any issues, and Ferris announces that we're slowly going to start rising to the surface.
How far underwater are we here? For that mile?
At least, like from surface level, at least a mile and a bit down.
Well, I thought that was too deep. I thought that was what we had trouble with when swinging, but okay.
Well, it was the other thing is like the water pressure there was sort of staved off by the fact that it was sort of filling in, and not very fast because the puncture was sort of at an angle where it had to like sort of slosh in, couldn't really get in it quite easily. Yeah, so for the first mile, no sort of issues happen. We'll get Rain to roll me a d10, please.
Don't fuck it up. Don't fuck it up. Seriously. Serious. I'm serious.
We only have this one.
I'm serious. I'm putting this all on you.
I'm using all my rolling skills.
You just dropped it. You just dropped it.
It's a 6.
It's a 6?
Yeah.
I'm using all my rolling skills. Oh shit.
That is all my rolling skills.
For the first sort of like next leg of the journey is begin to rise up. There is quite a bit of turbulence that you meet, sort of making it really hard to steer and sort of propel the ship in that trajectory away from the arc, almost sort of pushing you back in as the waves lap up against the side of the arc. I'll get Devin to roll me d10, please.
D10.
Yes.
It's quiet, you said, this thing. Like the engine's almost silent.
Mm-hmm.
You can just imagine it. It's sort of like being in a sailing ship, it's the waves.
Let me find a D10.
You'll never hear about that ocean gate submarine.
Huh?
Is there a reason I'm wearing my diving suit?
No Xbox.
7.
7? Lovely. No Xbox controllers to be found. As you arrive at this sort of second mile point, there is sort of you notice that there is sort of like a searchlight panning out off in the distance.
What time of day did we leave? Early morning?
No.
Evening, like pretty deep into
like
evening.
into the night. You can see there's a searchlight sort of like scanning the area.
Can I radio it down to Jacques? And also, is it in a predictable fashion as to where it's moving, so we can sort of veer out of its direction?
It's sort of like doing like a snake pattern almost, like, and then back out and then back again.
I'll do my best to communicate it to you and to try and judge where it will be once we hit it. That's possible. Alrighty.
In which case, I will have you roll a. Let's see.
Surely these bastards can't just be watching the open sea every night. It's not like they're going to see anything. They'll just think we're a whale. We're still underwater at this point, or we're breaking the surface?
No, you're still underwater. I'll have you roll another sleight of hand.
Big money. 11.
11. Lovely.
I'm like trying to listen to what you're saying. I'm trying to like visualize
left. Oh, I'm the wrong way around. Right. No, it's like you got to pitch though. God, haven't you ever driven a car? Oh yeah, you're 4. Can't reach the pedals.
The spotlight sort of glazes over the top of your ship, but you are at this point probably deep enough that you think they haven't noticed.
Also, all the lights are off on the outside.
Which makes it especially hard to notice you. Stuart, can I get you to roll me d10, please?
I like his thing there.
Yeah.
It's a 2.
It's a 2.
Consult table.
A pod of whales has appeared inside your ship.
It just says your mum. I don't know if that.
A rust monster appears on your metal ship.
Wait. I cast heat metal without the H.
Alrighty. 2. Can I get you to roll me another d10? A 2.
It's a 5.
It's a 5. You get almost jump scared as a batch of 5 octopus and release just a plume of ink in front of you.
Yeah, I like dive to avoid it, realizing just
me tilting when I'm playing Mario Kart.
Yeah, exactly. Like you hear a squawk as he's pressed the radio button, but nothing comes through because he's on the ground. It's like God.
Does the ship have like windscreen wipers?
Yeah, he's just grabbed like the locket hanging around his neck. He's like, God, Jesus.
Are you okay?
What are you doing up here?
I just thought I'd walk around and see how everyone's feeling, and it seems like you are very jumpy.
Yeah, I haven't done this job before. I've done a lot of jobs, just this one's got a bit higher stakes, I suppose, than just an all lookout. I'll be fine,
You will be fine. Do you want some help?
I thought Davio needed glasses.
Well, I mean, I don't know if I can do the job alone, but
Yeah,
4 eyes are better than 2. Well, I guess if glasses are involved. 6 eyes?
Sure. Weirdly enough, you're a reassuring presence to have around. Even
really?
Well, maybe just compared to Davio, but you know what I mean.
Well, this is the first time you've said anything like that to me.
Yeah, well, a bit of his cruelty rubs off. It's sometimes easy to forget that you're a person as well.
At the sound of your voice, you hear like a thump from like the quarters, and you hear like you're like, and she's like half asleep, and she's like, "You're up, you're up! Oh, thank God, oh, thank God!" And I like rush to the fridge, I tear it open, I grab the peach, I go, "For you, I shaved it."
What is this?
It's the peach you handed.
Oh, thank you so much.
I run back to bed.
It was good. Thank you.
And Yami's like go back into the corners.
Can I tell you a secret, Resimo?
Sure. I'm great with secrets.
I love peaches, but my taste buds are completely different in this body, so I don't actually love it. It's very strange. It tastes very bad, but it's nostalgic. You know what I mean? Well, you can't, because you've never had different taste buds.
I know what you mean. I've been through some times where the food I had available was not nearly as nice as, you know, calamari stew or anything like it, and not nearly as well cooked. And you hate it. You know, you don't have time to hate it, of course, because you're busy, you're working. But there's a certain comfort in that familiarity now, the simplicity. And you still hate it, but it feels right.
It's very true.
Well, I mean, what am I saying? You were a soldier too at one point, weren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing like a good ration.
Yes, very much so. Anyway, sorry, I've actually distracted you. Let's look out this window.
It's just open sea. There's nothing to see here.
I'm gonna be helping Wormtongue from this point forward if I can.
Alrighty, Roger Dodger. Is there anything the Fairy's up to in this meantime?
Did you say he complimented your soup? He complimented the calamari.
Well, I'm going back to sleep, but I would have heard, and you were like
another hair tucked behind the ear.
Another win for me.
I'm pretty confused on what he would do here. Mostly just stare at the pilots doing whatever they're doing.
It probably looks like 2 kids playing. And the ship moves whenever they point.
Well, and then I actually see the jellyfish, and then see the jellyfish in person
fires off the laser.
Like she's like knitting, but she's knitting with her hand. Like she doesn't have like knitting needles. She just has them wrapped around her fingers, and she's like knitting and like pressing buttons and going like.
So that's like the 3rd type of jellyfish we've seen today, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think like the jellyfish has ever seen a hummingbird before?
Oh, I don't know. No, at least 3 have.
I don't think they have eyes.
How
Oh,
would
they
you
don't?
know?
That's a good point.
Because you just hit one.
Oh. Well, we can give it a funeral later.
Is it dead?
No, just
It's gone.
So wait.
It's dead.
Have you ever been to Zorana before, Nathalie?
No, I haven't been outside of Salvaron until we went outside of Salvaron.
I like with me a lot also.
What?
She's just like kind of half like mumbling, doing all these things. The only time she doesn't talk good is when she's like multitasking with other things.
Sorry, what happened?
She just uses fewer and fewer letters every time she speaks. It's very funny. It's been consistent throughout the campaign, but it's just every time I really notice it, it makes me laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Avra's like the brain always is in yap mode, but because she's multitasking everywhere, she's just kind of like very quietly, mumbly talking to Nathalie about traveling.
It's like when you hear someone sleep talk, and they like they're not actually saying anything, but they talk as if they're saying something. They'll just be like, that's how she talks sometimes.
That's how I sleep talk. I sleep talk like that.
Well, like, do you have
I
like?
hope you never have to hear that.
Do you have like?
Apparently, I sleep talk. I never
Oh, you
noticed.
do.
What? How do you? What?
Because because I live like 2 meters away from you.
Okay.
I miss Jordan.
Yeah, did I say that? Yeah.
Do you have like anything on like your bucket list, or like things that you would want to see outside of Salvaron or something?
I want to see a ring since it's in the sky. That
Oh.
seems weird.
I didn't know there was a sky place.
Yeah. Does
Oh, is that why it was going to be like farther away for us to like travel there or something?
I think so. It also has a giant red shank stabbed into it.
What's a shank?
Something you stab people with.
Do you own a shank?
I just do have one.
You lived in Salvaron, of course there's a shank.
Are you gonna? You have to show and tell now. Shark.
Well, I
Nathalie's
have a
gonna
knife.
show and tell a shank.
Sure, that's
No
kind of
shanks.
more useful.
Vampire commission.
Okay,
Sorry.
it's
No
okay.
shanks.
I'll describe it to you.
I have a knife.
That was what I said.
if that-
I was like,
Do you need
someone's
one?
gonna get it.
No.
Oh.
Why
Okay.
would I ever use a knife?
In case you ever want to stab people. Or there's plenty of other uses for knives, but that one's...
I
more
think I
fun.
do have a knife, but like, why would I ever use it? I don't want to stab people.
Okay.
I mean, I
Sometimes you might.
talk to a swordfish instead of fighting it. So,
True.
do you know they pee cold?
No.
Well, now you do. The more you learn, Nathalie.
Thank you.
Swordfish lore.
I learned from experience. It was not a pleasant experience.
Did they pee on you?
I think so.
Oh.
During the
Ew.
combat, because it got like really cold all of a sudden.
Hmm.
And I assumed that like it was them peeing because like what else would make it cold, you know?
Jacques, like, listen to this, vividly remembering seeing. Wah! Wah!
Isn't pee warm?
See, well, that's what I thought. But like,
Fish
They
are
made it
cold
cold.
blooded.
Well, that makes sense.
mm.
Is there
So many
anything you
fish
need me to
facts.
do here?
I'm sorry.
um,
I'm kind of confused on what I could do in a ship.
that's a good point. I've never been on a ship before.
You could decorate.
You could decorate. I made a lot of confetti.
We know.
Sure.
And like
Oh my God,
you
you
take
big
some of the
glitter
wool
bomb.
with you. I'm like, oh no, just.
The last occupant of the ship liked to collect records. You could put up art pieces.
Records. Are they like music?
Yes.
Are they still on the ship?
Some of them got damaged, but some of them are still intact.
You can listen to music, and you could decorate.
Can we play it?
Kind of walks over.
You should pick a song on it, Taylor.
The entire soundtrack from 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea is present there.
Oh, we all live in a yellow submarine. Oh, let's under the sea.
Ferris puts on some records. They're very much like roaring 20s, big band, like heavy brass pieces of music. It's just like just going crazy on the trumpet and the saxophone, and yeah.
Your rotor is no longer awake.
Kind of
Asleep.
based. Kind of based.
Yeah.
Well,
Peak
you guys are
roaring
playing
20s.
Double
music.
based.
Big brass music.
You guys are like kind of playing music and stuff on the ship. She can't sleep. She's up. But she's in the room.
It's the shack meme.
The shack.
We up.
We up. But yeah, I haven't got anything to add, but I'm in the room, the common room, just kind of like chilling.
Alrighty.
Does it seem like we've got away from the city?
Yeah. At this point, you've crossed the threshold of, and you've sort of broken surface at this point.
Are we about to take off then?
We wouldn't take off.
We're off the. Yeah, Wormtongue, you can see, goes really, really quiet when we actually get out of the water and start rising.
We have lifts off.
What does it look like from up there over?
I really hope you could see, but it's.
It looks beautiful over.
Yippee!
You hear confetti falling in the background.
Over.
Hear confetti falling. There's a lot of it.
I can see tears in Vesimo's eyes over.
Just see what.
Oh, did you feel that in your stomach? It's like it went down.
Yeah, it's not the first time I've taken an aircraft, but it's.
Oh, when did you fly?
Well, a couple of times. When I came to Salveron was an example of it, but it's, it's still special.
Yes, I have flown sometimes, but I don't often get to look.
You're often locked up in a hole, day.
Well, we're in rooms. They don't really put us near the windows. But I always felt that feeling. It is always so cool.
A little bit special for sure.
Similar to like the elevator, but better.
Yeah, that's Dove talking. Sounds about right, though. And you can see that at this point he's sort of visibly relaxed a bit. But it's like, okay, now we're relatively safe and the ship hasn't exploded and he can take a break from his job and more enjoy the sight of the salt water slowly streaming off the window as it dries on the ship, rising over the spray until we're out of it. What altitude do you reckon we'll be cruising at, dear Captain?
Probably approximately, with the damages the ship has sustained, not very high. We don't have the propulsion to sustain flight at incredibly high altitudes. I suspect probably only a few thousand kilometers up.
Are there resources on this planet to repair this ship so we've got more capability? Is this something you know of, or you know what we need at least? I presume you can assess your own vehicle.
It's a multi-stage. It will be a multi-stage process.
Did you say a few thousand kilometers?
Mm-hmm.
Astrophysicist here about to hit you in the head.
It's been a long day.
It's called orbit, baby.
Oh, that's 20, I think.
Tizarana?
I trust you all the same. And what was that, sorry?
Tizarana?
Yeah, Tizarana. Long time coming, I suppose.
What's it like, Sorana?
It's mostly like any other continent, I suppose. It's
Oh, I don't know much about that.
when you fought in Naya, right? You remember that?
Yes?
It was a lot less developed from my remembrance of Naya, but it's pretty spacious. It's, not too...
I didn't see many of the developed parts of Naya.
Yeah, exactly. Think of it as a lot less of the clutter of Salveron. The great sort of, city and scum. It's a nicer place, I guess. There's a bit
Nicer
more-
than Salveron.
by far.
Well, there's so many big buildings and lots of people. There's
Think of
food everywhere.
Think of it more as and I'm not wrong in saying this anyway. Zarana is less up and more out. Right? Yeah.
That's how I imagined it as well.
Yeah, it's more of a sprawl. It's a lot more comfortable. It's a lot more opulent in places. There's certainly a bit of old money and old history there.
Melbourne versus Sydney.
Yeah, that sort of thing.
Oh, like Melbourne and Sydney. Yes, I
Melbourne and
understand.
Sydney, yeah, and you know, that
We did have that on Maya.
similar stuff.
Wow.
Either way, it doesn't mean it's any less corrupt, of course, or that you can trust people there. It just means it's a bit cleaner air.
Is that how you see everywhere? You see it in terms of its corruption instead of the beauty around it?
I think I just keep the wrong company, don't you?
I don't know. I'm enjoying our company now.
Yes, and I think you're, along with half the people on this ship, excepting possibly Davio himself, this is probably some of the nicest company I've kept in a while.
Well, that's nice to hear.
Or depressing, however you want to look at it. Either way, work is work, and it goes on.
I heard you were talking about Shirana. Are you nervous about going back? Even though it's a big place, you're probably not going to stop down wherever, you or I don't want to go,
Personally, I'd rather avoid the thing as a whole, but there's, I guess, a silver lining to everything. I'm sure we can make the visit worthwhile. Who knows, maybe you can go see your parents. Weren't they looking for you recently?
No? They haven't talked to me in 7 years.
Remember that got retconned?
No, I didn't remember.
Yeah, that got retconned.
Okay, what was the retcon thing? I thought that
My family disowned me, so they haven't spoken to me since.
Thank you, I understand. Well, there's always vengeance, I suppose.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know about visiting my family. I don't think they even want to speak to me. But if I run into them, it'd be a very funny story. I don't think they know that I've lost my arm, so it'd be very funny to find out.
I have a question. Sorry, I've been listening in from the
Yeah, I assumed I've been holding this button thing down.
Why wouldn't your family want to speak to you?
Cause
It's okay.
no, you
go.
finish.
No, you go.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right. Well, because my family didn't really like my decisions. They're
pretty stupid decisions, from what I can tell. But
I'm choose to ignore that. But my family, they were nervous, very paranoid. After my brother died, they were scared. If I go out into the world somewhere where they can't reach me, what would happen? Would I die too? Didn't have to be war. So they didn't really want me doing anything, going into the family business. They were never that paranoid before, but it's just after my brother died, something happened to him.
Sounds like it is because they care about you.
Maybe.
If that's the case, I'm sure they would be happy to talk to you again.
Well, I don't know. They were really mad when they found out what I did.
In the moment, I think we struggle to see that in trying to keep people close, we push them away. But you have given them time, so maybe it is different now.
Maybe. I don't know. I gave up trying to speak to them. But it's whatever, I found people like you guys that are willing to take me in, willing to let me be a part of your community.
It is their loss as far as I'm concerned.
Well, I would like to know how my cousins are doing. I wonder who's going to take over, because I was going to take over the business. I was their best blacksmith. So I was going to inherit the family business, you see. So I wonder who's going to take it over now. If it's not me.
Interesting.
But we'll never know.
We might know at some point.
Yeah, maybe actually. I'll have to look them up.
On the green pages.
Oh yeah, in the green pages and the sending stone pages. But yeah, they disowned me because essentially I wanted to do this instead. And they were like, alright, fine, I just won't talk to you then. You're just not my daughter. It was kind of like they were trying to mourn their loss before it even happened. Look at me now. 7 years and I'm still... Look at me now.
Missing an arm?
Yeah, I'm missing an arm.
That's really quite sad, though.
all these things happen. I've been able to build up, my own communities and stuff since then. And obviously you guys, like I said. So it was sad then, but it's not so sad now.
Ultimately, I think people like us learn that parents are just people, and we can live without them.
It's her family. They didn't have to drop her out. It's
There
not
are
her
multiple
choice.
kinds of families, and some
Yeah,
are the
but-
ones that you find, and she found one and she's happy. All that matters is that you are happy.
Well, my family's still great. I still love them and care about them.
That's great.
And she deserves a bit more from them in return, that's all.
Of course, but I love your attitude on the situation, that you are not letting it get you down.
Just out of curiosity, would you still have left if you'd never found mineral?
Well, that depends. I don't know if I could have. I mean, by no means is my family abusive or bad or mean or anything. By no means. I don't want you guys to think that. It was just that, like, I feel like I needed that opportunity rather than to just go out on my own. It's been something I was thinking about, but I didn't know if I could do it on my own.
So the damn thing cost you contact with your parents.
Yeah, kinda. But it's still chill. By no means are they bad. I still like talking fondly about them. Like, Well, let me think of something. I can't remember what I wrote for my family, so I'll...
That's okay.
Tell us a story about Pippin or something.
Pippin? Who's Pippin?
Your cousin.
My cousin Pippin. Oh, did I have a cousin called Pippin? Hold on. Oh yeah, I had a cousin actually that was like you, really like getting into smokes. Because it was, all my cousins worked in the place, right? And, Mom didn't like him smoking. She was like, no, it's bad for you. Sounded a lot like you guys. So he was like, alright, I'll figure something out. He's trying all these different ways to hide smoking, but we'd always smell it. Cigarettes got that big smell.
Mm-hmm.
She'd always catch him. She'd always be like, I told you, stop doing that. You're gonna get sick. He always tried all these different things. It was very funny. I remember one time I was in the forge and I caught him just smoking into the hearth, and I had to tell him, stop, please stop. Yeah, I wonder where he is now. Probably still smoking.
Probably.
To this day.
The same cigarette.
The same one is never ending. I got mineral, he got a magic cigarette that never goes out.
I've heard it is a hard thing to drop. Isn't that right, Cosimo?
Some people try harder than others. Some people have help. He looks over at the fucking Ferris.
It's weird. A lot of people, when they go through withdrawals, they get very cranky. But you are nicer than I've ever heard you be.
Did you notice that bit before? I almost killed myself trying to have one and inside the bloody helmet.
No, I wasn't watching. I don't know if I was here. I think I was the other me.
You know what my mum did once, actually? Because when Pippin or whoever wouldn't stop, she's like, I'll sweat it out of you. She put him in a sauna and said, you're going to sweat it out. And he...
Teach the little bastard a lesson.
Yeah, something like that. We should do that. When we get out of this ship. Think about it.
Anyway.
Alrighty. With the flight in progress towards Zorana, towards the nearest stop, presumably, which we can decide next time, and some lovely intermingling conversation about found family. We'll end tonight's session there.
Yippee! Confetti!
I just love the mental image of Wormtongue one day putting out like a smoke bomb for darkness and it just being glitter filled.
Yeah, I'll let Theo choose any piece
fire.
of any piece of equipment in my inventory at some point, and I'll say I use this, and you'll be like, actually, and you pull out a note that just says it's confetti.
No, I mean, like a glitter bomb gets lit, like loosed in your backpack, and then your smoke bomb just has traces of glitter in it for the rest of the campaign.
But isn't it pretty? Look at it.
I love chemical warfare.
It's in my eyes.
Every side has a silver lining. In this case, it's a multicolored silver lining.
Fairy fire is a glitter bomb. It's a good one.
Yeah.
Also, hypnotic pattern as a glitter bomb.
So we're ending the session, right?
We are in
It is
the session,
time
Devin.
for your game recommendation.
Disco Elysium. Ooh,
There's no way
baby.
we haven't said Disco Elysium.
Ooh, we have to check.
I'm pretty sure.
I
it's
will
in.
recommend it again because
Yeah.
I swear to God, this game.
Go, you talk about it.
Yeah, start talking
regardless.
about it.
Disco Elysium is like kind of a point and click. Like the one where it's kind of like from a certain view, like kind of isometric view. It's 3D. It's already been said. I'm recommending it anyway because the game is really good and I love it.
Yes.
And then I'll recommend some other
Yeah.
game.
Pretty sure you recommended
But Disco Elysium, right, is such a beautiful game. It is like a story and a game at the same time, if that makes sense. There's amazing dialogue. The voice acting when there is some is great. Just the way it portrays the story is incredible. It's really funny. It's really stupid, but it's also like really profound at the same time. I highly recommend it. If you are very into like just very political game as well, if you're really into politics, you're really into good storytelling or like really artistic and beautiful games, I recommend this. However, my actual one is Fucker in the Woods, Fucker in the Ashes. This like stupid ass fucking visual novel series, right? It's beautiful. It's so funny. It's like I don't know how to explain it, right? Well, I saw these guys playing this game like Fucker in the Woods. And it's like,
Okay.
how do I explain it? It's like Disco Elysium, but like a visual novel, like an actual visual novel. It's beautiful. Mwah.
Is it about fucking in the woods?
No, it's a fucker. He doesn't.
You see,
He doesn't fuck.
Yeah.
But he has fucked.
Yeah.
I forget his name.
Yeah.
Jin
School would
says
say fucker hard.
Hold on.
What the?
Is that
We just
actually
searched this
is that
up.
actually the tagline?
Uh,
The story, yeah.
That's much
Jin-
better than I thought.
It's based in Shinjuku, Georgia.
Georgia.
Jin
was meant to
Sasaki, or whatever his name is, gets lost in the woods, in the scary werewolf woods, and his friends have to go and figure out what happened to him. And it's very, it's so fucking stupid. It's like in a series. There's also Fucker in the Gulag, and Fucker in the, oh, there's something else.
This is great.
Fucker in the
There's
Woods.
also Fucker in the Ashes.
Yeah, that's like the series. That's like all the ones combined together. And you got like,
What am I listening to?
there's
You're
Fucker-
listening to Devin's best
Oh, what's
game
his
He's cutting all of
recommendation.
these out as well. I was going to recommend Fucker in the Gulag instead of Fuck You.
Damn it! Everyone was gonna say that.
We were all gonna have one
Oh,
fucking game.
and Fucker in the Room is really good too.
Damn it!
There goes Olivia's recommendation.
That's so
Thought no one knew about that.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us for another stream. Make sure to follow us on social media. We are Dice Rev DND. It's at the bottom of the screen right now. You can also follow us on Twitch and subscribe to our YouTube channel to know exactly when we're streaming. But thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Confetti.